The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now your hosts,
Barry Church, Danny McCray, and Newy Scruggs.
Players Lounge, brought to you by Hotels.com. During the break, I will tell you exactly why, Danny McCray. I have got a legitimate reason why to absolutely back up what this man said. I won't do it on this microphone.
Oh boy, got connections.
I will tell you why, and you will say, and when I tell you both why, and we'll step right outside here, you're gonna say, "Wow."
No, I'm just saying it's funny.
Okay, he's Barry Church.
Yes, indeed.
This is the Players Lounge. I'm Newy Scruggs. We are here to talk Cowboys and Survivor because Danny was on Survivor last night. Season 41. What's this, episode 7 now? 9? Okay. It is rolling along here. 2 people voted off the island yesterday, so we will dive into that in segment number 2. But let us get into the Dallas Cowboys. Right out of the gate, it's seeming like Tyron Smith will play.
That's what they say.
And Terrence Steele's going to the bench.
Whoa, I ain't hear the second part. I knew for sure
what it's looking like.
They say Tyron Smith's going to be able to jump in there. But I ain't hear the second part, though. They saying my boy Steele.
I'm just saying it's looking like. I'm just connecting dots.
All right.
You heard it.
You
heard it here yesterday.
The Jerry Jones say he going to be backing up.
You heard it here on the Players Lounge.
Man, they can't do my boy like that.
The moment that they decided to move Steele to left tackle
made him expendable.
Was the moment that they decided that La'el Collins was going to be the starting right tackle for the remainder of the season.
Well, boys, keep your head on the swivel. Because you never know. Your job's never safe out here.
Right.
You can go out there and ball out at a specific position.
Yeah.
They move you to another one on the opposite side.
To be a team player.
And you go out there and you don't perform as well. But when it's time to get your job back, seats taken, my friend. I have a hard time, man.
Lose your seat.
Man, that's tough, man.
Because now, I wonder, when they told him about moving to left tackle, what did they how did they
approach him with it?
Position that, right?
They probably gassed him up like, man, look, you're one of our best offensive linemen. We don't know who has the flex to be able to go right to left, but we think you got it. You can go out there and help this team out. And he started feeling, I could do it.
But
I could go over there and do it.
Do you think they gave him a longer term thing of hey, when Tyron gets back, this is what's going to happen? Or did they just leave it? They just left it open ended okay, we're going to move you to left tackle because we think you're our best option at this point, and then that
was it.
Well,
that was it.
You guys are former players, but just as a media guy, I'm sitting here thinking, what do they tell Terrence Steele is your next guy up. You're on the football team. You know where your role is. I mean, if in your special team spot, if you got hurt in the game, isn't there somebody who knows to go take you, that they replace you? Mm-hmm. Okay, so Tyron's gone. At training camp when I was out there, they started out with Ty and Secchi, then they put Steele there, so Steele was the backup. So Tyron's out, Steele's the guy.
If I got myself suspended and then somebody told me that I lost my spot because somebody played better while I was out on suspension, I would not expect to get my spot back when somebody else got hurt and that guy had to move to go help the team. That's not the same as I got hurt, like a Gallup and Wilson situation. Yeah. It's not the same. It's
so they get it right back to Gallup. Yeah. They're like, Gallup, go ahead, you in there.
Yeah, because it's injury.
Yeah,
injuries happen in football. If everybody that got hurt was open to lose their job, then the game would be totally
different. It'd be way different. Everybody getting wild.
What I'm saying is the coaching staff, I assume when they had La'el come back and he was not the starter at right tackle, they continued to leave Terrence Steele there to play opposite of Tyron Smith, that they told him he earned his starting spot. There is no way in the world that he was sitting in that meeting room and they didn't say, hey, man, we're leaving you in here because you earned your spot. Only for the next week for him to be moved to the left, and now you have to tell him why he lost his spot.
Yeah,
the one that you said that he earned, because he did not lose it because he played bad at the spot that he earned.
Totally new spot.
So, those conversations that you're having with these people.
You had a need at left tackle because Tyron went out, so you're the number one guy.
But why can't he go back to that right tackle spot?
I'm asking you, as a coach and you handling your locker room, handling your offensive line room, how are these conversations going? Yeah, you had a need. I understand that it's the game.
Is the coach saying?
But this guy is a person in your locker room that you have respect for. Coaches have really, really close connections with their players. All right.
Yeah, they do.
So
Position coaches.
how are you having this conversation? Like that's like me stabbing you in the back. Yeah. As a friend.
So how's the coach saying? Is he gonna be like, man, look, T still just over my head? Like, hey, you had you did a great job out there. You performed admirable out there.
Jerry,
if it was up to me, you'd be right in there.
Jerry said,
this is over my head, man. The powers that be want to see LC back. Is that the type of conversation you have with him? Because it's just like I don't see how this can work out good, with T Steele. Because he's like, look, man, I earned that right tackle spot. Y'all moved me over there because of a necessity, and now it's time for me to go right back to the spot I was dominating at. And then y'all put LC up in there. Did he earn it? Did LC earn it? I don't think so.
Do you play spades?
Yeah.
You know what happened when you throw something out? Well, you actually. You know what happened when you renege?
Yes.
You know what renege means?
All them books gone.
So please tell me that this isn't a perfect example of a renege.
Okay. You're correct, Danny.
Thank you. I understand they have a need because I feel like you're going to take it back to the team perspective, but I'm just talking about from a human to human, coach to player perspective.
And the best thing I can, without being in the room, without talking to anybody, the best thing I can hear them say is, we're going to put you back at where you're back into the original position that we had for you coming into training. I was talking to Brad Sham. I think Brad Sham said he did an interview with Linda Cohn of ESPN, and maybe he told her, but just that, or no, I think it was Sean and RJ, it was Sean and RJ on 105.3 The Fan. He says, I anticipate Steele going back to the original role that they had for him this year. Because that conversation
which is a backup, bro.
Which was the swing tackle. Yes, backup. That okay, if Tyron is out here ready to go and you got Collins right there, and above all, I hear what you're saying about the fairness, but here's the other thing that you really, really, really got to just be honest about. He's probably going to be playing again because the chances of one of the two playing the rest of these football games,
he got an opportunity to
probably is very small. If we take about just the percentages, what are the percentages that you think that Tyron Smith and La'el Collins are both going to finish the season out as starters? The rest of the game, the rest of the way,
50%. I mean, he got a chance to get back out there, but
I believe that's relevant. But it's not the.
And they're lucky
that don't make it feel good.
Yeah, that's not.
It's not going to make it feel good.
It's not the thing. You told this man he had it, now he don't have it. It's just if you're like in your mind, you feel like Jerry knew that like La'el's going to be out there playing like at some point. Then just don't tell the man if they did. We don't know if they told him or not. I'm assuming that they told him he earned the position. So if they did tell him that he earned it, then I don't see how you can explain away the fact that you earned this, but you lost it because of whatever.
They're lucky that the guy is a young guy. Like he's still in his second year.
Yeah, second year.
So he's young, So he'll take it and just be like, all right, well, I got to work harder to get back at my position. But if there was a vet in that situation, I mean, all hell would be breaking loose. What are you telling me? I can't get my spot back that I was dominating in?
So what?
Because a guy made a mistake.
But therein lies the problem, Church. Right? Well, he goes back to the lab and says, "What do I have to do to become a starter?" What do you mean?
He did what he had to do.
I did everything that you asked me to do. I played well enough for you to say that I was the starter.
Yeah.
And I did nothing.
So would you two be for McCarthy and Philbin saying, all right, Tyron, you're playing this week. La'el, you go to left guard. Steele, you go to right.
Yeah.
We're going to change this thing up as we face Kansas City, put out a lineup we haven't put out this year.
Yep.
Absolutely. But
100%.
La'el would have been knowing that he was having a possibility of playing left guard throughout the 5 games that he was missing. Okay. I mean, it wouldn't be a shock to him that he was going to play left guard. It's like, hey, man, we got a guy that stepped in and is playing well. We think you can help us at guard.
But they did that when he came back.
Yeah. But now he's going to right tackle.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it all comes down to how this coaching staff views these two players, La'el Collins and Steele. And from what all we're saying right here is it seems to me that they think La'el's the better player and that they're going to slide him in. Is it fair? Nah, but sometimes that's how the league works.
Oh yeah. Well, listen, it's going to happen. Yeah. I'm just talking from the outside look. I'm not in the locker room.
Oh yeah, I'd have been sick though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'd have been upset.
So okay, you guys both say you'd be upset.
Oh yeah.
So who needs to have the conversation with you to make you, I won't say feel better, but at least make you feel that you had a man-to-man contact. You at least got to have.
Oh,
I gotta go to Kellen Moore.
It at least has to be Steven.
Steven? Ain't
Yes.
no way he coming down there to talk to T.
No,
Steele.
he said to make me feel better.
To make you feel better.
Kellen ain't the offensive line coach.
But
Kellen ain't the
he
one.
got more say so
I
than
promise
Philbin.
you, Kellen is not the one who's saying who needs to be in at that position. It's Philbin.
If it ain't all right, well then realistically, then it would have to be McCarthy then that I'd have to have a conversation with because you know Philbin gonna come in there. All right, let's have this conversation. He gonna tell you everything you want to hear. I feel like at least McCarthy will come in there and he might be able to keep it real with you. Like, look, man, we feel like LC's the better player and we're gonna go this route. What can Terrence Steele do? I mean, we gonna have a fit. Then they gonna they're releasing.
Let me ask you this. Okay, you being in the locker room, being a guy who was an undrafted free agent and started to play better. Had Jerry Jones, after you became a starter, come through in the locker room and say, hey, man, good game. We're really glad to have you out there. Any of that. Have you ever come through, shake your hand after a game? Has that ever happened?
Yeah. Jerry done it, yeah.
So, if that's the case, I would love for him to come say, hey, man, look, it's a business thing, but we really, really enjoy having you on the team, and we're going to try to find a way to maximize whatever it is.
That would be great.
No, I'm saying
ain't no way, Jerry coming.
No, I'm not saying he would, but I'm saying to make me feel better.
That would make you definitely feel better.
McCarthy telling you that ain't gonna make you feel better because you the dude who did it to me.
That definitely make you feel better. And I was in that role kind of. My second year going in, it was the whole off season because Sensabaugh didn't sign back again, and it was I think the whole off season it was either me and you or me and Kwasi that was back there. We was balling, OTAs, all that. We was balling. First day at camp, we balling out there indoor, and then the next day. They signed Sensabaugh to a 1 year. Abe Elam comes in on a 1 year. They just look at, ain't even nobody talk to me. Maxie came in here and was like, yeah, so we heard there's a little, upset around here. He acted as a group. It wasn't even a one-on-one convo. He just as a group, everybody. Yeah, we heard there's a little rumblings of some people being upset out here, but these are my two guys, Sensabaugh and Abe Elam. This is who I'm going with. These are the starters, and that's how we're going to go. And he just went about his business. I was so hot because I thought I was balling. I was getting interceptions. I was doing my thing, but that's how the cookie crumbles. I didn't get Jerry to come down and say what's up. I didn't get any of that. It was stay in your lane.
You never felt better. Exactly. So the question was, who could make this better? All right. Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to happen.
At least give me Rob Ryan or something. Give me somebody. Get Maxie addressing the whole deep. At least give me a one-on-one.
And he obviously still ain't got no.
No, I'm salty. I'm still salty to this day.
And I was getting ready to say, did you take it further and have that conversation?
Nope. They didn't even bring it up.
And as a player, do you do that, or do you just suck it up and take it? And
I wish I would have said something, but now I just kind of ate it because I was undrafted second year, so I was just hoping to make the team again for the following year. But now I wish I would have said something to him, like, man, what made y'all make this decision? Like, I felt like I did all OT, I did everything right, showed up, was making sure everybody was on the same page, but y'all still decided to go out there and sign these two guys a couple weeks before the season. It ain't like they was here in OTAs or nothing. I was kind of sorry. I still am. Matter of fact, I'm still salty about this.
What year is this for Terrence Steele?
Second year.
Yeah, you said undrafted?
Undrafted.
Okay,
same
second.
situation. I was salty.
Still salty.
Still.
It's 2021, bro.
To this day, 11 years later. 11 years.
And he made money. He became a starter. He's still mad.
Yep.
As a media person, I'm just telling you right now, you're always who else could you second year guy undrafted? You're not ready to quote unquote trust him yet. It's like, hey, go get Ty and Teki. I mean, that was your thought process. I mean, think of poor Anthony Brown.
Yeah,
how many people were out here? Go get Richard Sherman, Dan Quinn. I mean, the amount of Richard Sherman please bring into the Cowboys. I was fighting with some folks up here on social media. I'm like, Richard Sherman is cooked, okay? There's a reason why this guy, nobody wants this guy.
He's extra cooked. He went in there with a ski mask on, robbed everybody. But the difference between T Steele...
Hey, he wanted to get that little hurt. Can't play.
T Steele gave an opportunity to show that he can ball out. He had 5 games to do that, and they're still going in here and bringing his replacement in. I didn't get it. I was, OTA guy. I didn't get anything.
Well, I think the thing that makes it worse is when Leo was ready to come back and play, if you had inserted him into the starting lineup that week, it would be a totally different thing, right? Okay. You had an opportunity to say, hey, man, this is his spot. You're going back to be the swing tackle. You didn't. Instead, you put the man at fullback and showed him that he had lost his job.
Yeah,
they did a week.
They did do that.
I mean, I think that's a tough difference.
And he struggled in a position that was completely opposite of what he was playing. Like, I can see if he went out there at right tackle and he felt the pressure, all like, L's back, he's right behind me, and he went out there and laid a stinker. But they put him on the opposite side. He laid a stinker. think.
And played well the next week.
And then
though.
played well the next week, and then, that's how the cookie crumbles, man. You hate to see it.
It's not fair. I mean, whatever happens. I think we're still going to be a good team with either one of them at right tackle.
Yeah,
but as we continue to talk about shoring up that left guard spot, that's an interesting conversation for what do you do?
You got Chris Jones coming in here.
Yeah.
You got Chris Jones. I'm going to be real.
This is interesting, as the Cowboys are a first-place team right now, 7-2, heading on up to Kansas City to play the Chiefs. The Cowboys are underdog in the football game, but this is an area clearly to look out for. And just because Tyron plays or starts, that's no guarantee that 60 minutes later he's on the football field and finishes the football game. That's not a slam. That's just, at this point in time, these are realities about how Tyron has been playing. Sometimes you get through, sometimes you can't.
If the coach come tell me that, I'm walking out the locker room. Hey, man, listen, hey, stay ready. That's how they do. Hey, stay ready.
That's how they hit you, too. They see you down in the dumps. They see you looking down. They're like, hey, stay ready, my man.
And it usually be like a coach who don't even coach your position. It'd be like Skip Pete coming down.
That's when you know the situation's bad. That's when you know when you got offensive guys coming over to you. Hey, man, keep your head up. Be ready, man. Be ready. That's when you know it's bad. Like, it's spreading everywhere, man.
Quinn walk up the steel like, hey, keep your head up.
You've been doing a great job, man. That's how you know it's all over the building. And you know they doing you dirty, man. When you on the other side coming through, hey, man. That's how you remember them locker room Skip P and Sharon would come over. Hey, man, before the game, hey, y'all young bucks, man, y'all doing good out here.
For an hour. Skip P and Coach Sharon would come and talk, because we used to take the early bus, our rookie, because we thought we had to be there super early. And we would sit in our lockers, and they would both be on the side of us, and they'd talk to us about being professionals or whatever.
Whole time.
And it was great conversations.
Yeah, they were.
They didn't coach defense.
What y'all think about this? We just be chopping it up, too. Hey,
I love Sherman, man.
Sherman was a great dude.
Sherman was a good guy.
He
was
is.
a good guy. Too bad the head coach decided to run.
Somehow, some way, he was going to get to
take
JG.
our first break. When we come back, 2 people got voted off Survivor. I want to get Danny's take on this, because one of the people I said needed to go finally got. Danny McCray, Barry Church, I'm Newey Scruggs. This is the Players Lounge, brought to you by Hotels.com on DallasCowboys.com radio.
Honey, big news.
Gary, are you okay?
Oh, I'm not Gary anymore. I'm Jackie Flash.
What?
See, I want the latest smartphone, but the best deals are only for new customers. So to get a new customer deal, I changed my name to Jackie Flash.
Okay, but the best smartphone deals at AT&T are for everyone, new and existing customers.
That's huge. Then guess who's getting a deal?
Is it Jackie Flash?
Jackie Flash.
It's not complicated. At AT&T, our best smartphone deals are for everyone. Restrictions apply. Visit att.com for details.
The Cowboys way, where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships shows us what success looks like. Where turkey is always the second best part of Thanksgiving Day. Where we are all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans know it's our job to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys way.
Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
It's game day. You know what that means. First, kebab prep. Steak, pepper, onion, steak, pepper, onion. Next, a counterclockwise lap around the room. Now the lucky grease-stained jersey goes on. And lastly, the dance. You know the one. This is a game day ritual no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com and keep the tradition alive and well. Hotels.com, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Rowdy's holiday deliveries are now available. Spread joy this holiday season with surprises and exclusive gifts from your favorite mascot. Book your holiday delivery today at DallasCowboys.com/Rowdy. Danny McCray, Newey Scruggs, Barry Church. This is the Players Lounge, brought to you by Hotels.com. if you don't know, let me remind you.
Okay.
Danny McCray is a part of Survivor 41. You can check him out on CBS. If you missed it last night, I missed it last night, but I got up 7:48, CBS.com, clicked on it, watched the whole show. And I wanted Nasir gone.
Hey, you've been saying that for a minute, yeah.
Gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
You wanted Evie gone.
I wanted it gone. I wanted it out of there.
Gone.
See ya.
See ya. So we always pass Jesse in the hanging with the boys crew on our way out.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the guys on the show, but there's like a little complex with them guys a little bit, you know? Like, we the number one show with this. I mean, you know, we're not keeping count or anything.
Ain't nobody,
I mean, so you were part of that challenge, and he was trying to sit around here and poke fun, and Jesse was trying to poke fun at the challenge. Man, all I know is on that little old wood you guys were
that thing was, what, 2 inches wide?
It might have been, it was about 2 inches.
I look at all those challenges like, man, I'd have been gassed.
Easy.
They'd have had to bring some EMTs out there for me.
First of all, that challenge, but first of all the surgeries I done had on my shoulders, my joint, I'd have been out, I can't do it from the jump. I mean, because you got to hold, and you was telling me you got to hold it like this, but also keep your back.
Keep your back on
the plank. You can't arch it or nothing.
Yeah. And previous seasons, they allowed you to do whatever, as long as your hand stayed on there. So they had people like taking knees, you know what I'm saying?
As long as their hands
and your feet stayed on there. But he was like, nah, your back and your butt got to stay.
That was tough.
Because the lasted for like 5 or 6 hours because people were able to like wiggle around,
adjust themselves. And I was extremely. I know you talked about it a little bit, but I was extremely impressed about what's buddy's name? Deshaun.
Yeah.
He stayed, and you know, he's not an athletically built dude, but he was able to hold up long as heck because they was up there for like 30-some minutes, right?
For a good minute.
I mean, it was tough.
And when people dropped. You saw they dropped, and they were down there for a minute because you could tell, like, okay, this was a lot more demanding physically than what you saw.
And they not eating
and
sleeping on bamboo,
like
and all of those challenges. I just look at all this. Like, this is not, and I. And this is one of those where I tell people all the time. And TV does things that make stuff look kind of easy. It's like a golf shot. You're like, I go do that. No, you can't. No, you can't.
That's tough.
No, you can't. You know, you watch TV and you see a guy get hit on the football field. You have no clue how much impact it really. It's just how TV is. It makes things look kind of easy, or sometimes softens blows, but you could. I just knew that was physically demanding. Add in the fact that you're not eating. I mean, you saw them eating that rice.
Man.
They were eating rice.
Well, Church just said he saw how skinny I was.
Well, I was about to say I ain't never seen my boy.
17 days. I was like, man, it's 17 days. And I'm like,
my boy got no body fat on there. They ain't getting none.
So when Jesse was saying, I was like, man, I'm shutting up because it's like, man, I had nothing but respect for everybody.
Sleeping, y'all not eating, and y'all got to go up there and hold on and do. Man, that's tough. Man.
It's rough.
That's a lot. That's a lot to ask.
I mean, look, shout out to Erica who went out there. Erica won on the other side, beating Nasir. Nasir's hand is numb. He can't even.
He couldn't even feel it. He was over there.
I can't feel it. Right. You better grab it. I can't. I'm just. Yeah. No.
It was tough. It was tough, man. I'm not ashamed to say I've lost that, man. That thing was hard.
Yeah, that's gonna be. That's
everything
out
there is hard
challenge.
at that point, man. It's hard to take a step. Like every time you take 5 or 6 steps, you just feel like, man, I'm gassed.
And you know what? You know what I love about these episodes now, man, is they're starting to show the little nuances, the little like, all right, we gotta figure out a way to strategically get this guy out of here. Who's voting with this guy? Who's voting with that guy? And they're all showing it now. How you guys are having these little, independent conversations. But like, how does that even work? Like, I would see somebody go, oh, where are they going? Why they going off talking about themselves out there? Like, I feel like people would see these collabs happening.
Yeah, but you got to think about it though, man. Like you still out there living your normal life, right? Mm-hmm. So you got clothes that you trying to boil, like trying to hang and dry. You trying to go get water. You trying to go to the bathroom. You trying to find food. Like it's people washing pots. People walk out together to do stuff. So it's not just us sitting there like, oh, they walked off. Like people you got to go collect firewood. Like it's a lot of different times for people to go off and have conversations.
Man, why is Shan so bossy?
The pastor? You mean the pastor?
The pastor. I'm sorry.
I keep having to remember. That's the pastor.
She's like, if you don't vote my way. Like even y'all have your little group conversations right there. She's taking over the whole conversation. It's just we gotta do this. Somebody say a little something. This is what we gotta do. And I'm just like, man, that's rough. Hey, she'd be a rough boss to deal with.
Listen, have you ever been hangry?
Grab a Snickers.
Imagine that to the 1,000th degree for everybody that's out there, right? Yeah. So you imagine yourself being one way when you go out there. Like me, I would starve myself because I know I get hangry and I know I can get a little like standoffish or be upset. So that was my training before I went out there. You know, some people, I don't know what they did before they went, but I make sure I know, hey, this is who you are when you haven't had enough to eat. So be aware of that as you speak and as you get upset with somebody who's doing something to you that you usually know you wouldn't get mad at.
Nah.
Right? But, you know, it's a tough situation.
What's up with, what's her name, Leanne? Is that her name? Liana. Why does she have so much hate for Xander? Like, she was up there, I hate his face. I hate everything about this guy. And I'm like, come on, you got to get up off of that. It's going to bring you down.
I don't know personally, but I mean, it was a pretty big move they pulled on her a couple episodes ago.
She played herself, though. I know, she played herself.
Yeah, but he did get her.
He did.
No matter who played this, like, if it happened to you, you'll still be like,
I'd be sick. I'd be a little sick.
She's still mad about that.
I was wondering, because she hate for him.
And he made her look so bad.
I'll be mad. I'll still be upset.
But she did it to herself, though, because he wasn't even bothered with her. He's like, I'm going to do my thing over here.
We also do not know what happened with them on they were on their stuff for like 12 days.
Oh, the Yasa
on their beach.
Yeah.
We have no idea what happened, who rubbed each other the wrong way. No idea.
No.
Well, the show has gotten very interesting. You know, I enjoy watching it. It's my first season watching Survivor. I've never watched the show, so each episode has been good to me in terms of just being entertained. I'm entertained, and you're okay. Oh, commercial, really? Okay, so
always at the wrong time.
Always.
They do a great job of just making. Oh, what's next? They do a great job of adding the cliffhangers in there. Evie, I wasn't surprised that she got because she's a good player, and that becomes a problem if you're a good player after a while, and people are like, I don't know. So why was
Nasir?
No, Tiffany, who got voted out before? Why was she still?
Oh, so okay, this will happen. So our new Survivor watchers.
Yeah, get them on now.
So at the end of the game, there will be 3 people left, right? Everybody that made the merge and got voted out, they now make up this thing called the jury. So the last episode will be those 3 people pitching to the jury why the jury should vote for them to win the $1 million. So now Tiff gets to come listen to every tribal council so she can see what type of game somebody played, who said what, so she has a better understanding of who played the best game. So the last episode will be 8 people voting for whoever to win $1 million.
I didn't know that's how it went down at the end.
So as you vote people out and how you treat them,
if you screw somebody over,
plays a huge part. If everybody hates you,
I'd have been done.
Then when you stabbed everybody in the back, then you likely won't get their vote at the end. So the game is way more complex than
I would have been done.
So she's gonna stay on. Now is Nasir staying on?
So everybody after her
and Evie stays too?
Yes.
Everybody after her gets to stay on.
So everybody's on. Like they're going to be there. So every time you get voted off, you're in the jury.
Okay. So
I'd have been voted off.
All right. So then that means, was it Sydney?
She's not.
She's not.
She just missed it.
Oh, so she missed the cut.
Yeah. So after you merge, so she got messed over because she was in the merge, and then they did the twist, and then so she went from being in the jury, and then she wasn't.
Well, a lot of people should be happy she's gone because I think she'd have sat up there with some venom.
Each and every tribal council.
Those are the best ones.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
She would,
you getting got.
Right,
you getting got.
You know you getting got. Right. You know you messed up. Right. You messed
This
up.
is your final tribal council. Like
exactly.
How good was that stew, by the way?
It was very good. I wish they would have showed me cooking it. Yes, I wish they would have showed us cooking it. We got there. It was a whole raw chicken, a strip of beef tenderloin, carrots, and onions, and they gave us a knife. And we had to cook it.
You had to make it work.
Yeah, we went and got water, boiled it, and it started raining in the middle of us starting our fire. So we had to build a tent out of nowhere to cover the fire. It was.
What's it rain a lot out there?
It rained enough.
It rained enough.
You don't think it get that cold in Fiji, but it was some shivering.
It dipped a little bit. Okay.
What? Because you get we were on the beach, so you get
that wind coming in with that cold.
Yeah.
They give you little things, paprika, some salt.
We had salt and pepper.
Okay.
We had salt and pepper.
Okay, a little season.
Yeah. It was peppercorns though, so you had to. It wasn't just.
See, hit him with
the. Yeah, wasn't none of that. You had to crush it.
Somebody was out there like this.
This doesn't sound fun. The more you tell me about
I'm like, man, no, man. I thought you had that thing cooked up already when y'all got back. Y'all had
No, this will happen. Usually they do, but now they want to make this the hardest season. So we got grilled cheese for the last one. They got stew you had to cook by yourself on this one.
They out of pocket for that one.
No rice.
Boys tired. They trying to stew it up. They over there like,
Bro, it started raining. We was like, ain't no way, bro.
Damn.
And so they showed those baby turtles at one episode. A part of me just wondered, did somebody take a couple of them turtles and make some turtle soup and they just don't want to show it?
Get you a knife.
Right? They don't want to show it?
Nah, you can't eat them turtles, bro.
You can't eat them? Why not?
Nah, you can't. You can't mess up the land.
The ecosystem.
The ecosystem. You can't.
There's certain stuff you can't do.
Okay. So they gave you a rule like you can't do this.
I don't know. There's certain stuff you can't do.
Okay, my bad. I don't want you. Can't reveal anything like that. All right, let's take a break here. Who has more to prove in this game on Sunday? The Kansas City Chiefs or the Dallas Cowboys? To me, this is a real easy answer to this. Barry Church, Dewey Scruggs. This is Players Lounge, brought to you. Oh, by the way, the Ultimate Survivor. Tell everybody where they get your merch at.
Man, let me tell you something. It's almost sold out. Okay.
You want the Team Danny gear?
But if you want the Team Danny gear, you can find it at my website, Shop Team Danny Merch, MERCH.com, or the link in my bio on my Instagram, which is at Danny McCray 40. Click it. If you want to sign, let me know in the notes. I'll sign it, get it shipped to you real quick.
All right, we're back. Who needs this game or who has more to prove? Kansas City or Dallas? That's next right here on the Players Lounge, brought to you by Hotels.com on DallasCowboys.com radio.
Organic pumpkin smoothies are back at Smoothie King with at least 13 grams of protein each and 5 options to choose from. It's easy to find a favorite to help you reach your goals, like the new Keto Champ Pumpkin, packed with a whopping 23 grams of protein and 9 net carbs. It's a quick and nutritious meal on the go. So order online or through the app for pickup or delivery. And power up with pumpkin and protein. Official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys. Smoothie King. Rule the day.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
The Cowboys way, where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships shows us what success looks like. Where turkey is always the second best part of Thanksgiving Day. Where we are all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans know it's our job to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys way.
Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation.
Hi, I'm Clint Tillison with...
And I'm Jay Novacek, and we're both with...
United Ag and Turf, the official tractor provider of the Dallas Cowboys.
So, if you need a tractor to bale some hay, a mower to cut some grass, or a gator to get some chores done...
Get a John Deere at United Ag and Turf.
And then, let's get to work.
Hey, Jay, that's my line.
Well, not today.
Get to work with a John Deere tractor package that's just right for you and your budget. Visit UnitedAgAndTurf.com.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Cowboys Nation's holiday season. Spend your holiday with the Star and grab gifts like new player jerseys, tees, hats, plus exclusive collections, all with great deals. The Pro Shop has more Cowboys gear than anyone in the game. Visit your local Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop online or shop.dallascowboys.com. A Fanatics experience. By the way, you know they got the Friday. Jerry Jones lighting the Christmas tree.
There it is.
They are building it. We got the tree over there right here at was it Tostitos Championship Plaza? That's the technical name for. Anyway, it's gonna be a good show, man. Looking forward to it. All right, Danny McCray, Barry Church. I'm Dewey Scruggs. Cowboys Chiefs Sunday. I'm gonna call this one. I'm looking for Tristan Hill.
Young Gator, the enforcer.
Looking for Tristan Hill.
The enforcer gonna do some damage out there.
Saying that, yes.
For as bad as Kansas City running game is, he better. This is a great matchup for our defensive line. No matter how many people are missing, this is it evens it up because Kansas City just has not been able to run the ball on anyone.
They ain't do it.
Correct. So who has more to prove in this football game? The Chiefs or the Cowboys? To me, it's the Cowboys.
Okay.
The Chiefs are the Chiefs. Even if they're not playing as well as they have 1 or even 2 years ago. This is a team that has a collection of guys who've won a Super Bowl. You've got a Super Bowl MVP. This team is established and thought of as a NFL contender. Now, they don't have what they used to have, but we think of them as a contender. The Cowboys, in some people's minds, still have question marks. We've even talked on the show. Do they have a signature win? So when it comes to who has more to prove, if Kansas City wins this game, nobody's going to say, hey, Kansas City back, they just found themselves. Cowboys win this game, you're going to say, you know what, that means something. You go to Arrowhead, it's the Chiefs, they're a first-place team. They look like they had their mojo for 3 straight wins, and you got to win. So to me, it's the Cowboys. What do you say, Dan?
If anybody has anything to prove, yes, it is definitely the Cowboys, all right? And not because we need a signature win or any of that. We just need to continue rolling and getting better.
Okay.
A great test would be to go against somebody like Tyreek Hill and somebody like Travis Kelce and a Patrick Mahomes, no matter what state they're in, and have success against them, right? Because you imagine that you have success against an offense like that, those type of players, then you should be able to have success against just about anybody in the league.
Yep.
So we do need to treat this as a litmus test, especially defensively, as far as can we stop these guys? Do we have the weapons to stop some of the best talent in the NFL? Because we're going to face that once we get to Arizona. Once we play, if we make it all the way and we play Green Bay, when you play Tampa again, like you're going to need that. So I think this will be a good confidence booster for us if we go out there and we play anywhere similar to how we played against Atlanta. Kansas City, they are what they are. Yeah. So I don't think they really have anything to prove by beating the Cowboys. I think they're still going to be okay.
Yeah, and I'm with both y'all in this one. I think the Cowboys definitely have more to prove because look, this Kansas City team, the past 3 years, they won 3 AFC championships.
3 AFC championship games.
And they played in 2 Super Bowls, and they won one of them. So, I mean, these past 3 years, these guys have definitely been a hallmark of a contender throughout the NFL. And the Cowboys, as we know, they've been to the playoffs every now and then, but they haven't been a true contender for a title, I don't know, maybe since the 90s. So it's been a while for the Cowboys to be at that upper echelon. But right now, if they're able to get this victory, like you said, Nui, no one's going to sit there and count, Kansas City, they beat the Cowboys, they're the new Super Bowl favorite. But if the Cowboys go into Arrowhead, a hostile territory, it does get loud in there, and they perform well, people are going to start changing their mind about these Cowboys and more about the defense. If the defense is able to go in there, like you said, handicapped without their 2 best pass rushers, and they're still able to bottle up or at least contain Pat Mahomes in this offense for a little bit, I think people will start to give it a little newfound respect for this Cowboys defense. I mean, people are starting to come along like, man, these guys are taking the football away, but people are still on that edge. I don't know if they're for real. I don't know if they're serious. Who has they really played that can challenge them like that to really give them a run for their money? But if we go out there and do well in this game, I think that'll all change.
What I hope is they don't feel how we feel in the locker room. I really hope that they, as cliche as it is, just consider this another game to where they have the opportunity to get better, because you don't want them to go out there pressing and doing extra because they feel like this is their Super Bowl, right? Because you know what they say about teams like New England when Tom Brady was there, now Tampa Bay and Kansas City, you get everybody's best shot. Yeah, people start reaching and stuff. No, play your game, continue to get better, and if you do that, you should get the win over these guys.
When you talk about proving something, one more player out there who I think has an excellent opportunity to prove a little bit more, and we saw him have a good game last week, is Doris Armstrong. He's a free agent. You guys know what it's like. You guys know what it's like here.
Yeah.
It is your opportunity to show the rest of the league you're worthy of signing. And let's face it, when you play for the Cowboys, you're on national TV enough. Enough people are going to watch you that your agent can try and say, hey, look at what Doris Armstrong did with Randy Gregory out and Tank Lawrence out. He's getting to Patrick Mahomes. That's the kind of stuff that you're able to go sell. That stuff helps you out.
And when you're on a winning team like this, everybody in national football, they're going to come and pick and choose. I mean, it happens every year. When the Cowboys have a good team, guys will come in, teams will come in, he played before, let's go pick and choose. Let's get this guy, let's get that guy. So like you said, I mean, it's definitely a good audition tape for a guy like Doris Armstrong, who they don't have the 2 pass rushers in there. It's time for him to step up and take that limelight. It's good for himself and the team as a whole.
Yeah, man, usually good for a guy like Terrence Steele too, but
I don't know if he's still going to be out there.
Who knows?
He's not a free agent.
Usually good for a guy like that.
He's not a free agent.
He can get reeled 1 year early.
I think about Jeffrey Simmons being on Sunday Night Football for Tennessee against the Rams a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that was huge.
I've known about him since he was coming out of high school in Mississippi, but just to see on that national spotlight, getting it done. These types of games matter for you. This is going to be, I believe Fox has this game here, so that means it's Aikman and Buck, and everybody's going to watch you. Right, game of the week. So if you're Doris Armstrong and you're able to get to Patrick Mahomes and make some plays, this is helpful for you. If you're Jaron Kearse, you're Jordan Lewis, and you're out there making plays against Travis Kelce, against Tyreek Hill, these things help you. And look, if you're Dan Quinn and you want another bite at the apple, to come and show people that you don't run the same scheme, you changed what you're doing, and you've taken a defense that was one of the worst in Cowboys history, and you've made it a playoff defense, coming off holding 3 points
top 10
to not yet.
I like that.
I'll give you the playoff.
Not yet. I like that. Not yet. I like that. Not yet.
He said playoff defense. He was right there.
Holding Atlanta to 3 points, and if you can go to Arrowhead Stadium and engineer a victory against Patrick Mahomes, once again, it helps prove some things here. I sent you guys some video. Did you happen to see that Zach Stacy video?
Oh,
okay,
man, what was the guy thinking, man?
It is one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen. Zach Stacy's a former NFL running
back. Fullback, right? Or he was running back, or I think for the Jets or something like that.
He was a running back.
Were you sending it on Twitter?
I believe I did.
That was terrible.
Yes. And other NFL players are tweeting about it. Chris Long, who played with Zach Stacy, tweeted about it. He also said he wasn't going to retweet the video. I did not retweet the video at all. But you just see a incident of domestic violence that is just absolutely disturbing.
5-month-old son was right there on the couch.
Yes.
And for those who didn't see the video, the man, Zach Stacy, he literally picks up his wife or girlfriend, fiance, whatever she is, picks her up with his 2 hands, and literally, if you ever watched like a Marvel movie, like the Hulk, when he literally picks her up, tosses her like 4 or 5 feet into the TV. She hits the TV hard, falls on the ground. And then she's like, man, what are you doing? And then he's approaching her again. Now, that's when the video cut off for me. I didn't see anything after that. But, I mean, what goes through your mind right there?
Jail. That's
you just leave the situation. I don't care what happened. She could have made you so mad and so angry. Just leave.
I don't feel sorry for no man who put. Yeah, I saw a quick clip of it, and I'm just, come on, bro. I got a daughter, so I'm just, I'm not into it. I don't.
2 things normally happen here. And as I was reading comments, there was one person who wanted to comment about how this is an NFL problem and the NFL needs to put money towards this, and you go after the league. And my initial, just as I'm reading this, Zach Stacy doesn't play in the NFL.
Hasn't played for a while.
Okay, he doesn't play in the league. I think the last league he played in was with that AAF.
Yeah, he ain't played in a long time.
So people want to go after the league, and also people have this. I don't know why they don't get this. It's not just the NFL has domestic violence issue football play. This is a national problem here, okay? This is a problem that affects the United States across all walks of life. I don't care what sports we're talking about or non-sports. We don't take it seriously as a country. So just be careful when you want to just say it's the NFL's fault and they not doing. No. And some of this just comes to some doggone home training and some manners.
That's what it is. Like, how were you raised? Like, this is
just
it's disturbing, man.
Yes, this was a video.
It's disturbing.
Don't put your hands on my daughter.
What is you doing?
Don't put your hands. That's how I heard the video of Will Smith. He was talking about his daughter's boyfriend and the talk that they had when he sat down. He was like, "Don't put your hands on my daughter and don't leave her nowhere." And then we could make this work. Don't touch.
That's it.
That's somebody's daughter, bro. Somebody's.
Last I read that Zach Stacy was on the run. So
catch him take him to jail.
She's got a restraining order against him, and authorities are looking for him. And he needs to have his day in court, and he needs to face the punishment for what he did, because this was over the line. This was just over the line, and I was saddened watching it. I have 3 daughters. All of us here have a daughter, but the mental trauma that woman is going to live with the rest of her life.
And imagine the son. What type of president are you setting for your son when he's sitting right there?
5-month-old child. You hear the child screaming in the background.
Like, what are you doing, man? And this was so preventable. Like, it ain't like she was out there holding you against your will. She's on the couch over there. You're standing up on the other. Just walk out the building.
Walk out of the door.
Go walk out the building, take a walk around the park, drive from here to California, whatever you got to do to get out of the situation. It's so preventable. I mean, I understand you're mad, tempers are flaring, people get emotional, but you got to be able to handle your emotions out there. You can't let your emotions get the better of you.
And this also, and you guys have played in the league, you see when these types of incidents happen, they want to just broadly brush everyone.
Yeah.
And he doesn't play in the league. So I remember when Kyrie Irving, just in terms of not domestic violence, but just with what was going on, his refusal to get vaccinated. And you had a whole lot of people trying to say, well, there's a problem in the NBA. Like, no. Like 90% of the league's vaccinated.
Yeah.
You're just looking at a couple of guys.
Outliers. Yeah.
But that's what happens is people want to broadly paint the NFL as a bunch of guys who are doing this. No. That's not the case. He doesn't play in the league, and this is something that's happening throughout America. And it is sad. It is sad, and hopefully the mother of his children gets the proper medical care she needs. Hopefully she gets some, I don't know what they'll do in terms of some security, something for this woman, because this can't happen again. No, she should not have to live in that type of fear of that man. So
disgusting.
And Zach says he's going to have to turn yourself in. I don't know, do something. But you've got to go ahead and take your consequences in, because that was just some disturbing stuff there. But if you see it, don't retweet it. Yeah. Don't do that, because it was hard to watch, man. It was hard to watch. I was sad watching it too, but at the same time, I'm glad the lady had the video there. Yeah. Because I don't know if you would have believed it if somebody just told you, because seeing it was totally something else. I mean, it was
to life.
It was it. So all right, let's get into more Cowboys tomorrow. They take on the Chiefs. It is going to be Sunday at Arrowhead Stadium. I'm going to go out to the game. I'm very excited. I've never been to a game there.
I've been there once. No, twice.
Jesse Holly? Oh no,
that was San
Francisco.
Fran.
McCluster was in Kansas City, and we went.
Was that not? Was that not? What's name was there? Not McCluster. He might have been there too, but Houston's own. What's his name? 25, bro. He was a beast. Jamal Charles. Yeah. Jamal, he was in that thing.
Port Arthur.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
You went to Port Arthur Memorial High School, okay?
That's not Houston.
My bad. I thought he was Houston's own. My bad.
UGK.
Danny McCray, Barry Church, Newey Scruggs. We will talk to you tomorrow right here on DallasCowboys.com radio.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!